Greetings of peace. It's so nice. We can have these short meetings to sometimes just consolidate something we may feel already deep inside that feels healthy. And we feel this emotional immunity, perhaps as being who we are in our healthy state, that we are connected to our roots as a spirit. I really enjoy the image of a tree. You can see one behind me. It seems that I find some resonance spiritually with this image. It feels like how I felt when I started meditating was my life is rather into the branches, the expansion, and that my mind was as if going from one branch to another. And I didn't really know how to come out of that. So even when meditating, it's like an expansion of feelings. But one experience just gave an insight. It showed me something that brought me immediately to a sense of depth. And maybe it was a short experience, but something that I can never forget. It was like being brought down to the trunk and the roots and the seed. And it was the experience of immense stability, as if this is really who I am. And within that, the mind was naturally still. It was just a sense that the essence of who we are is within itself extremely peaceful and extremely secure. And then in a way, I realized it's what I pay attention to, that I can give this nourishment. And when the foundation of a tree is strong, the tree can grow tall, but it needs that root system, it needs that grounding. And really the trunk is only one also, so it's a very simple feeling inside. We're coming back to this one, the self, very stable, simple sense of who we are, and not defined by the branches, the different expansion identities, the temporary nature of this outer world. So it's a meditation really on the stability, because it brings wholeness and health. And therefore we become more able to, I guess the word is resilience, but a natural resilience, because life is like the wind for the tree, just is unpredictable and constantly giving different experiences. But this grounding is very helpful. So invitation for experiencing really the simple aspect, the seed, the self. So just make yourself feel physically comfortable. And the aim is to have attention, but to also release any feeling of tension, first in the body and then in the mind. And just the intention to relax, first of all, physically. Consciously letting go. Be a deep breath. An increased awareness of the environment, just to acknowledge wherever we are. In a neutral way, there may be some sounds or movement in the environment. becomes more like a secondary thing to our experience. We are experiencing it. We can take a step back to this experiencer. It's like the unchanging aspect. This is an invisible experiencer to see this world through the senses, perceiving the physical world. But there's no need for dependency on what is outside for my inner world experience. Give myself permission to come as if beyond the ordinary. Consider the natural environment for this spirit. Place where there is natural and sweet silence. It's like coming home. It's like the actor that takes off the costume of the act and comes behind the curtains of the stage. This coming back to the home, the invisible actor. There is no noise in the mind of the play. It is a totally different mindset. There is freedom, there is timelessness. Down below, the theatre is a place of constant motion, noise, time-bound. Independence of the actor. Come to timelessness and silence. The mind's eye, we can see it just like an evening sky. This independent being like a star in the sky. Here there is no actual need. There's no dependency. The original experience of the spirit is of being whole and complete. The actor is complete. He has his own total reality and family. all are very safe, independent. It's like healing for the spirit, timeless reality. As if feel the silence. It's like the expanse of the sky gives life and space for the spirit. It's immensely nourishing for this true self, coming behind the costume, behind the role. Sense of not having any needs in this moment. A new energy comes, which is very sweet and sustainable happiness. Like a flower that is naturally giving, is in its own beauty. Just seeing the independence of the self, the seed, this being. We come back this with a different mindset. The actor can put on the costume and play the role, but doesn't need to have an emotional roller coaster because of the play. In fact, he remains an observer whilst associated with the role. My own time, I bring the focus back to the environment wherever I am. I can remind myself that this immunity is so easy, so natural. One can never get bored. This exploration. This mind that brings newness into life. Doesn't see problems, but brings that sweetness to life. It helps lift others out of the emotional entanglement with the story as it unfolds. Less likely to be influenced by the moods of others and circumstances. The more we practice, we bring something else which can play the role maybe more clearly even without that bondage that it has to be a certain way for my emotional need. It's like the byproduct is being more stable in my happiness from having brought my mind back into clarity, into the seed of the self. You can then play with the branches and play our part. Enjoy the day and giving ourselves time for taking care of the emotions. Thank you.